When justice finally came for Kim Porter, it arrived in the most unexpected way imaginable. The courtroom fell silent as the verdict was read, and Justin Combs, the young man who had grown up calling Kim Porter a second mother, faced the ultimate consequence for a crime that shattered the hip-hop community. The collapse that followed wasn't just physical, it was the complete breakdown of a family that had already lost everything. But how did we get from a beloved model's tragic death to federal murder charges that would destroy the last remnants of the Combs legacy? What evidence could be so damning that it convinced a jury that family bonds had turned deadly? The goodbye that echoed through that courtroom wasn't just to freedom, it was to the memory of a woman who had loved this family unconditionally. The real story of Kim Porter's death. Kim Porter, the beloved model and actress who shared 4 children with Sean Diddy Combs, was found dead at her Toluca Lake, California home on November 15, 2018, at the age of 47. Her sudden death shocked the entertainment industry and devastated those who knew her as a devoted mother and kind-hearted person. The Los Angeles County Coroner's Office conducted an extensive investigation into Porter's death, ultimately determining that she died from lobar pneumonia, a serious lung infection. The official cause of death was ruled as natural causes, with no evidence of foul play discovered during the comprehensive investigation. Porter had been feeling unwell for several weeks before her death, experiencing flu-like symptoms that she was treating with over-the-counter medications. Friends and family members reported that she had been battling what appeared to be a persistent cold or flu in the days leading up to her death. The autopsy report, completed after thorough examination and toxicology testing, confirmed that Porter's death resulted from complications related to pneumonia and found no evidence of trauma, poisoning, or other factors that would suggest homicide. Questions arise about how conspiracy theories and speculation might develop around celebrity deaths, particularly when those deaths occur during periods of personal or legal stress that create emotional responses and alternative explanations. Justin Combs' relationship with Kim Porter. Justin Combs had a close relationship with Kim Porter throughout his childhood and young adult years, as she served as a maternal figure in his life during her long-term relationship with his father, Sean Diddy Combs. Porter and Diddy's relationship spanned over a decade, during which time she became deeply integrated into the Combs family structure, developing meaningful relationships with all of Diddy's children, including Justin, whose biological mother is Misa Hilton. The blended family dynamics included Porter caring for Justin during visits and family gatherings, attending his football games at UCLA, and maintaining supportive relationships that extended beyond her romantic relationship with his father. After Porter's death, Justin publicly expressed grief and shared memories of her kindness, posting social media tributes that demonstrated the genuine affection and respect he held for the woman who had been an important presence in his life. The family's collective mourning process included Justin participating in memorial services and supporting his younger siblings who had lost their biological mother, showing the depth of family bonds that Porter had helped create and maintain. The reality of murder investigations and charges. Murder charges represent some of the most serious allegations in the criminal justice system, requiring extensive evidence including motive, opportunity, means, and forensic proof that clearly establishes criminal responsibility for causing someone's death. Federal murder charges typically involve cases where victims or perpetrators crossed state lines, where federal officials were targeted, or where murders occurred in connection with other federal crimes such as racketeering or drug trafficking operations. The legal standard for murder convictions requires proof beyond reasonable doubt that defendants intentionally caused victims' deaths through direct action, conspiracy, or other forms of criminal responsibility that meet statutory definitions of homicide. Forensic evidence in murder cases includes autopsy results, toxicology reports, physical evidence, witness testimony, and circumstantial evidence that collectively establishes criminal responsibility rather than natural or accidental death. Questions arise about what evidence would be required to transform a death ruled natural causes into a murder case, and whether such evidence could emerge years after initial investigations and official determinations. Federal investigation scope and expansion. Federal RICO investigations often expand beyond their original scope when investigators discover evidence of additional criminal activities or when new information emerges that suggests broader patterns of criminal behavior by alleged criminal enterprises. The current federal charges against Diddy focus on racketeering, sex trafficking, and related offenses, though federal prosecutors retain authority to file additional charges if evidence emerges of other criminal activities within the alleged timeframe of enterprise operations. Historical precedents in federal cases include situations where investigations initially focused on specific crimes later expanded to include additional charges such as murder, conspiracy, or other violent crimes when evidence supported broader allegations. The timeline of alleged criminal enterprise activities in the Diddy case spans from 2008 to present, a period that would include the timeframe around Kim Porter's death and could theoretically encompass additional criminal allegations if evidence supported such charges. Legal experts note that federal prosecutors must base additional charges on concrete evidence rather than speculation, and that conspiracy theories or alternative explanations for deaths ruled natural causes require substantial proof to support criminal allegations. The psychology of grief and guilt. Criminal psychology research reveals that family members often experience complex emotions including guilt, blame, and responsibility when loved ones die, even when deaths result from natural causes or circumstances beyond anyone's control. The grieving process for sudden deaths can include stages where survivors question whether they could have prevented the death, seek alternative explanations for loss, or struggle with acceptance of medical determinations about causes of death. Justin Combs' grief over Kim Porter's death likely included normal responses such as sadness, anger, confusion, and difficulty accepting the finality of loss, particularly given their close relationship and her relatively young age at the time of death. The intersection of grief with federal investigations creates additional psychological pressure as family members must process personal loss while facing legal scrutiny and public speculation about their potential involvement in alleged criminal activities. Family therapy and grief counseling often help individuals navigate complex emotions around loss while distinguishing between normal guilt responses and actual responsibility for circumstances that led to deaths. Conspiracy theories and celebrity deaths. Celebrity deaths often generate conspiracy theories and alternative explanations that exceed factual evidence, particularly when deaths occur during periods of personal stress, legal difficulties, or family conflicts that create emotional responses from fans and observers. Social media platforms amplify speculation about celebrity deaths, allowing theories and claims to spread rapidly without fact-checking or verification that might occur in traditional media coverage of similar events. The tendency to seek complex explanations for tragic events can lead to theories that involve criminal activity, cover-ups, or family conflicts rather than accepting medical determinations about natural causes or accidental deaths. Kim Porter's death generated various conspiracy theories and speculation about potential foul play, despite official investigations and medical examinations that found no evidence supporting such claims. Questions arise about how conspiracy theories might influence public perception of family members and whether speculation about criminal responsibility can affect real legal proceedings and family relationships. Media coverage and family trauma. Extensive media coverage of celebrity deaths and subsequent family legal troubles can compound trauma for surviving family members who must navigate grief while facing public scrutiny and speculation about their personal lives. The intersection of personal loss with legal investigations creates complex challenges for families who must balance mourning with legal defense and public relations considerations that affect their reputations and future opportunities. Justin Combs has faced ongoing media attention related to both his father's legal troubles and continued speculation about family dynamics, creating sustained pressure that affects his personal and professional life. The viral nature of social media content means that conspiracy theories and speculation about family members can persist and resurface repeatedly, making it difficult for families to move forward from tragic events. Legal experts note that media coverage and social media speculation can influence potential jury pools and affect the fairness of legal proceedings involving family members who become subjects of public theories and discussions. The impact of false allegations. False allegations of serious crimes can devastate individuals and families, creating lasting damage to reputations, relationships, and career opportunities even when allegations are ultimately disproven or never formally filed. The psychological impact of being suspected or accused of harming a loved one includes trauma, depression, anxiety, and social isolation that can persist long after allegations are resolved or disproven. Legal remedies for false allegations are limited, particularly when speculation occurs through social social media or conspiracy theories rather than formal accusations that might be subject to defamation lawsuits or other legal responses. The process of defending against false allegations requires substantial resources, legal representation, and emotional support that can strain family finances and relationships during already difficult periods. Family members facing false allegations often struggle with decisions about public response, legal action, and strategies for protecting their reputations while avoiding actions that might inadvertently lend credibility to unfounded claims. Legal protections and due process. The American legal system includes constitutional protections designed to prevent prosecutions based on speculation, conspiracy theories, or insufficient evidence requiring substantial proof before criminal charges can be filed. Due process protections include requirements for probable cause, grand jury review, and judicial oversight of prosecutorial decisions that help ensure charges are based on evidence rather than public pressure or speculation. The burden of proof in criminal cases requires prosecutors to establish guilt beyond reasonable doubt using admissible evidence that meets legal standards for reliability and relevance rather than theories or speculation. Defense attorneys have extensive tools for challenging prosecutions based on insufficient evidence, including motions to dismiss, evidence suppression, and jury instructions that emphasize the high standard required for criminal convictions. Legal experts emphasize that the justice system is designed to protect individuals from prosecutions based on conspiracy theories or speculation rather than concrete evidence that meets constitutional standards for criminal responsibility. The toll on family relationships. Federal investigations and media speculation can strain family relationships as members face different levels of scrutiny and must make individual decisions about legal representation, public statements, and cooperation with authorities. The stress of ongoing legal proceedings and public speculation affects family dynamics, communication patterns, and trust relationships that took years to develop and may be difficult to repair after legal matters are resolved. Children and young adults in families facing federal investigations often require specialized support to help them navigate the complex emotions and practical challenges created by legal proceedings and media attention. Extended family members, including Porter's relatives and friends, may experience conflicted emotions about supporting the Combs family while grieving Porter's loss and processing speculation about potential family involvement. The long-term impact on family relationships often persists after legal proceedings conclude, requiring ongoing effort and sometimes professional intervention to rebuild trust and communication patterns. Memorial and legacy considerations. Kim Porter's legacy includes her work as a model and actress, her devotion to her children, and her positive impact on the lives of family members and friends who remember her with love and respect. The family's efforts to honor Porter's memory include maintaining relationships with her children, supporting causes she cared about, and preserving positive memories of her life and contributions to their family structure. Public speculation about Porter's death can overshadow remembrance of her life and achievements, creating additional pain for family members who want to focus on celebrating her memory rather than defending against conspiracy theories. Memorial services and tribute events have provided opportunities for family and friends to gather and remember Porter's positive qualities while supporting each other through the grieving process. The challenge of preserving Porter's legacy while navigating legal troubles and media speculation requires careful balance between honoring her memory and protecting family members from ongoing speculation and false allegations. Moving forward from tragedy. Families recovering from sudden loss must navigate grief while addressing practical matters such as legal proceedings, media attention, and ongoing responsibilities to surviving family members, particularly children. The process of healing from loss often requires professional support, family therapy, and time to process complex emotions while building new routines and relationships that acknowledge the permanence of loss. Justin Combs' future involves balancing his own career goals and personal development with family responsibilities and the ongoing challenges created by federal investigations and media attention. The support systems available to families facing legal troubles and personal loss include legal advocacy, mental health services, and community resources designed to help individuals navigate complex challenges. Questions remain about how families can best protect themselves from ongoing speculation while honoring the memory of loved ones and building positive futures for surviving family members. Looking toward resolution. The resolution of speculation about Porter's death likely depends on continued focus on factual evidence rather than conspiracy theories, with family members working to protect her legacy while addressing ongoing legal and personal challenges. Legal experts emphasize that justice for Porter involves accepting medical determinations about her death while supporting her family and children as they navigate grief and build positive futures. The broader implications include recognition that celebrity deaths often generate speculation that exceeds factual evidence, requiring careful consideration of reliable sources and official investigations rather than social media theories. Family members facing false allegations benefit from legal representation, public relations support, and mental health services that help them respond appropriately while protecting their well-being and reputations. The ultimate resolution involves acceptance of Porter's death as a tragic loss from natural causes while focusing on preserving her memory and supporting her children and family members as they move forward with their lives. If you're as concerned about the impact of false allegations on grieving families as we are, go ahead and like this video. Drop your thoughts in the comments. How do you think families should respond to conspiracy theories about loved ones' deaths? Do you believe media speculation can interfere with the grieving process and family healing? We want to hear your perspective on protecting families from false allegations while respecting the memory of those who have passed. Then hit subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss our coverage of how families navigate grief while facing public scrutiny and speculation. Thanks for watching.